Alrighty, Eagles won 24-19. Interesting setup there because they were a couple points. I think they were +3 earlier in the week. Then that line switched to Eagles were a 1-point favorite, which was interesting to see that the line moved that quickly near the game time. Defense gave up 19 points, not bad at all. 3 picks on the night on Eli, which we got to see the Eli face, which was always nice to see. Didn't really throw the arms up in the air that much like he's done in the past, but it was, still entertaining anyway. Anytime to see that guy, do like a little Crosby type face, it's kind of fun. It's entertaining. Jenkins had the 2 picks. One ran back for a touchdown, which was really nice. Gave him the 14-point lead. That opening drive with the Eagles, well, we'll go back to the Eagles defense. No sacks at all. Hicks had, I think, 12 tackles, 16 tackles, something like that yesterday. So it was good that the linebackers were getting in there a little bit more than the corners, although Eli threw the ball a ton of times yesterday. They had no run game. They got a couple yards here and there, but for the most part, he was in the air. Odell had 11 catches for 150 with no TDs, which is phenomenal. You're going to give Odell 150 yards, and he doesn't get in the end zone. That's phenomenal. Cruz had 84. He didn't get a touchdown. And Sterling Shepard had 61 with a touchdown. That shake that Shepard put on was pretty amazing. And it was funny. I was going on Twitter and mentioned that what receiver the Eagles have could do anything like that, and that obviously they have nobody that could do something like that. Defense looked pretty good. No sacks on Eli though, but still got the job done. That pick 6 was really nice. That helped out a lot with that first drive with Lane Johnson in there and just pushing people around, giving a big hole for Sproles to bust through. Matthews had a big run earlier too, which after the press conference this afternoon, Peterson just said that Ryan Matthews has got a herniated disc in his neck. That's pretty scary, considering the amount of touches that he gets. He was shut down late in the second half. Sproles was getting all the carries at that point. And really, I know like Seth Joyner was saying that he didn't know if it was like a pitch count on Matthews, that he got his limit and he was done, for the fear of him breaking down. But it was a neck issue, and they believe it was the 4th down play, or maybe it was already hurting before he went into that 4th and goal when Chase Daniel was in there after Wentz got knocked out and had to do the concussion protocol, which he comes back and then he ends up lead blocking. So then they put Chase Daniel in there. They go for it. I like the balls the balls he called it, go for it. But with Chase Daniel in there, you kind of take away the fact that he's going to throw the ball. Being 5'2" or 3 or whatever the hell he is, he's maybe a half-inch taller than Sproles. Couldn't believe he's an NFL quarterback. Well, he's rostered as an NFL quarterback. When me and my son were down on the field during the training camp that day at the link, he walked past and it was just like, wow, he's Sproles is short. Sproles isn't much taller than my son, who's 11, but Chase Daniels, he's a little guy. So obviously they're going to hand the ball off there. That was really no big surprise. Wentz in there on the 4th down would have looked a little different, give him a different look. They don't know if they're going to go with the handoff or the QB sneak or, do that 2-point conversion pass that they tried doing the other day to Matthews that didn't work out. But, it's 2 issues there. Again, Peterson, does the play calling and calls for Wentz with that lead block. Now, maybe Wentz doesn't have to get out there and be the lead blocker. I think it's phenomenal that he is. I think it's great. He shows a lot of balls. You could tell he was a little pissed off and went right at Apple's knee, which is fine. I don't give a shit. They hit him twice. The one on the slide, which it's a stupid ass rule. You can't touch the quarterback and everything else. But hey, if it's a rule and you're going to get away with it, you might as well use that call. They were talking about Cam Newton not getting that call. Well, tough shit on Cam Newton. I don't care about him. He's not our quarterback. But it was nice to see, McAdoo sitting there with his NASCAR headset, trying to figure out if he was going to start Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon in his fantasy on Daytona when they open up in February. But anytime the Giants lose, it's a good thing. I know that Dallas, benefited from it, but who gives a shit? The season's over anyway. But that fourth down call, I think, was great. You're trying to get a little confidence. You're trying to get something going, some momentum going into the offseason, some positive looks. I think when Doug's doing that stuff, I think it's a great idea. I like it. I don't really have a problem with it. It seemed like his ass loosened up a little bit now that they are out of it. His play calling has gotten a little better. It seemed like he was playing a little scared, a little tight earlier in the games, in the middle of the season where they were kind of getting into that losing skid and the fear of losing and missing the playoffs were in his mind. Now he seems like his ass loosened up a little bit, and he's not tight sphincter that much, and he's able to make some play calls. Mixing with the runs and everything, it looks good. That was no pun intended there with the runs and the sphincter comment. But amazing that little meow Nelson Aguilar dropped the pass on a slant, which could have given him a first down. Then comes back later on and makes a really nice, well, it was an average catch, no, not a big deal, for the touchdown. First thing he did when he caught the ball, when he got into the end zone, he looked over his shoulder to see if he was going to get hit or not. To me, that guy is just, he's too worried about getting hit. It's a shame, you draft him as a 1. You take that 1 pick on him, and he hasn't shown anything that he wants to be that guy. He's not a 2 receiver. He's not a 3 receiver because the 3 receiver's going to get hit. I can't see them, taking the cap hit next year. I don't know how they can do it. Maybe they can use him to, take Lane Johnson's piss test, keep him around for something positive. But he really doesn't give you that much production at all. I have 47 yards. Which is really not much, and through the season he's giving you shit. Wentz looked pretty good. The one throw to Treggs, he scrambled out nicely. He got out. He could have just tossed it, thrown it out of bounds. He was definitely out of the pocket and out of the marks, and he could have got rid of it. But he tried to force that throw to Treggs. Granted, Treggs has got to come up and not give up on that ball, and he's got to come to the ball a little bit more. The fact that it got picked off, which is another consecutive game with a pick from Wentz. It's weird with him. Like, he throws those zip passes close by, but man, once he gets 25, 30, 35 out, everything's got a lot of air underneath of it. Even that throw seemed like it was in the air for an hour, and gave the defense a little bit of time. I think it was Cromartie that ended up making that catch, giving him a little bit of time to get back onto that ball and make that catch for the interception. There's a major flaw, and he stepped into that ball too. It's not like he just was on his back foot like they were saying earlier with Wentz. He actually got into that one, and it still looked bad. But he got out of a couple sack situations, did throw the ball away a few times, which was nice. Didn't get any sacks on the game, so that's good for him. But Lane Johnson made a difference. Peters was getting out. He looked a little rejuvenated yesterday too. He was out on some rushes. I know the one play, I guess it was the play that Wentz rolled out on for the block. Peters was right there with him, so Peters came across the whole side of the field to make that play. So they look pretty good. It's a shame now, they're playing a lot looser. Sproles had a nice game. I was glad to see him back in there. He looked, that dude just gives you everything. It's amazing to see what he can get done with his speed and his elusiveness. That was a little tough for me to say. He looked really good. But, this Dallas game, it'll be really nice to see what they do. Hopefully they can kick the shit out of them. I don't know if Dallas is going to be sitting a lot of guys because you have, they're already going to have the bye. And I don't know if they would do that. I got a feeling that maybe Dak will play a little bit and get out of there. Maybe Belly Shirt will get, he'll get a couple touches. It'd be a shame if he pulls a hamstring or something like that. Would have been great if he fell into that kettle for the Salvation Army and pulled his hamstring. That would have been lovely. But hey, what are you going to do? So it'll be good. Nice relaxing weekend. Watching all the other games, checking on Red Zone all week. In between my family breaking my balls for making these YouTube videos, but I do support. I thank you for the support that you guys pretty much will all watch, and definitely have a lot of fun during dinner when you're breaking my balls and saying, copying what I say. I should try to monetize this, which would be really nice. Maybe I'll get like 5 cents from all my family members watching this and breaking my balls. But hey, whatever. And the kids at Washington Township High School, too, that my cousin and my daughter tried to get you guys to watch. I appreciate that, too. Thanks for not hammering me too much when you guys see me. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys have a safe weekend. I'm heading up to the Bruno podcast tonight at the wonderful Moonshine in Philly on Mayo Messing. So that place is great, and Bruno's show is going to be phenomenal, as it always is, especially for the holidays. They always have some funny shit going on there. So I'll be there, and hope to see you guys there tonight. Have a great weekend. See you later.